Hi everyone, it's Maddie. Welcome to day number 6 of Diabetes Awareness Month, November 6, 2018. Hope you're all having a good day. And today's question is another little shorter question, but very important to the realm of diabetes, both in terms of any type of diabetes, but gets measured quite frequently and tested frequently in a type 1 diabetic specifically. So, question 6 is, what is an A1c and what is its importance in regards to diabetes management? What is your current A1c and or your A1c at diagnosis? So, first of all, an A1c is a blood test that measures a person's average blood sugar over a period of about 3 months. Basically, it's measured in a percent as well as an estimated average blood glucose. The percent comes from your hemoglobin, which are red blood cells in your blood that carry oxygen and other nutrients. So the percent comes from how much percent of your hemoglobin was coated in sugar. So obviously the higher your A1c, the higher your overall average blood sugar. The lower your A1c, the lower your average blood sugar is for a course of 3 months. So as far as diabetes management is concerned, it's a very important tool. It's not the only tool that should be used to determine how well someone is managing their diabetes, but most endocrinologists and primary care doctors will use this to kind of guide and aid their diabetic patients into the best treatment options for them, and then this ensures that the treatment that they're getting, or the level of, in the case of a type 1 diabetic like myself, that the level of insulin is appropriate for the lifestyle and the carbohydrates and so on and so forth. So, a type 1 diabetic usually gets their A1c done quarterly, meaning 4 times a year. So because the measurement is taken over a 3-month period of time, that means we get our A1Cs checked 4 times a year. My current A1C is 6.2, which equates to an average blood sugar of 131 milligrams per deciliter. I will put right here what it is in millimoles per liter for those of you who use that measurement in other countries to measure blood glucose. My A1C at diagnosis was very high. It was 12.7, which is an average blood sugar of 318 milligrams per deciliter. I will also put that in millimoles per liter. So I basically cut my blood sugar in half. I just had my A1C done not too long ago, so over the 3-month period of time that I've been managing my diabetes, it is cut in half. Typically for type 1 diabetic, or any diabetic in general, they want our A1Cs less than 7%. 7% equates to average blood sugar, I believe, about 154 milligrams per deciliter. Again, I will put that in millimoles per liter. So I think that's all there really is to say about the A1C. Obviously, the lower we can keep our A1C, the better chances we are of not having complications. And every percentage point we lower our A1C, a whole percent, not just like 0.1%, basically really cuts our chances of having diabetic complications, any of which can be for the eyes, through the kidneys, the nerves, you name it. High blood sugars can cause a lot of damage. But in turn, we don't want an extremely low A1C. No one really should, because that means we're having too many low blood sugars. So the goal is to keep the A1C at a reasonable level without us going into low blood sugar states all the time and feeling shaky and stuff. So anyways, I think that's all I can really say about a hemoglobin A1C, or an A1C test for short. Let me know what your A1C is down in the comments, or if you're willing to share what you were at diagnosis and where you're at now and where you'd like to be. Where would I like to be for my A1C? I'll answer that. I'm happy at a 6.2, but I'm going to try and see if my next A1C I can get it down to 6.0 or even 5.9. Because they lowered my blood sugar target to to 100 instead of a typical 150 or 140 that someone might be using. I can achieve this a little bit, this might be a little easier to achieve, but at the same time, I gotta make sure I'm not having too many low blood sugars, which can lead to a false A1C kind of thing, where you get like a 5 point something, like a really low 5, but in reality, you're having all these low blood sugars that accounted for that. So, anyways, for all of you who are diabetic or recently diagnosed as diabetic, I hope you can get your A1Cs down to where you want them, or maintain them if you're happy with where you're at. Again, just because someone's A1C is higher or lower doesn't mean you're doing a bad job. I will stress that, I cannot stress that enough. Everybody will manage their diabetes, their type 1 diabetes, their whatever condition they have, totally differently. As long as you and your doctor can communicate what's best for you, that's the main thing. And as long as you feel good and know that you are doing your best to prevent complications in the future, that's all that counts. So with that being said, I hope everybody's having a great day. Until tomorrow, take care, God bless, and I hope your life is going well for you. So I will see you tomorrow for day 7 of Type 1 Diabetes Awareness Month. Bye, everybody.